try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead niggas in your lobby. You don't want no problem with me.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BONDYBLUE. I'm back for power. Can we get into? Let's get into Tommy and Ghost, y'all. Like, do y'all feel how I feel, y'all? Do y'all feel like this might be the end? You know what I'm saying? Do we know if they got renewed for a fourth season? Y'all leave that in the comments to let me know. Because the way this is looking between Tommy and Ghost, this might be the season that Tommy actually has the balls to try and kill Ghost. And I mean by like shoot him, but maybe he don't die. But you know, like actually try to kill him. First of all, I don't know if y'all noticed, but the nigga got a limp from that beating he took from Alon's boys. I think that along with that and everything else that's going on with Tommy is really feeling scared for his life in a way that he hasn't before. And every time Milan finds out that Ghost is still trying to get dirt on him so he can get up from under him, he tells Tommy, he got one more time and I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like he's warning Tommy and warning Ghost of this. But Ghost is still trying to get a way out. And Ghost told Tommy, he's like, I'm never gonna stop trying to get out, nigga. Like, I don't want to do this no more. Alright? I want to go legit. I want my kids to have legit money when they get old. You don't have to worry about that because you killed your pregnant old lady, bitch. I like the way Tommy comes up to Ghost like, you need to pick me because I picked you over Holly. No, you didn't pick him over Holly. You picked Coke over Holly because Coke was the reason why you spazzed and choked her ass out. But she wasn't good for you no way, and we had been said this. It was either gonna happen one of two ways. Either you was gonna kill her or she was gonna kill you. But that shit wasn't gonna never end well. And I definitely don't think y'all two crazy motherfuckers needed to bring a child into this world. So, you know, thank God for, you know, small favors around here. Angela is trying to figure out who's on the other side of Hugo's phone. Because y'all know last episode that Ghost gave Angela Hugo's phone so that she could trace it and try to figure out who was the number that they were calling that was at the FBI. Now, we all know that that's Sandoval, but she don't know. So she texts the phone, and then the phone calls her back, and they're both sitting on the phone not saying nothing, and you can hear the helicopter above. So it's obvious that whoever answered the phone, both of them are in the same fucking building. Now, why we didn't go deeper into this, I don't know. Okay, baffled me. Greg and Medina go to see Tommy's moms, okay? Trying to just see a little bit more if they can kind of go hard on her and get her to, you know, leak all over the floor the information about Tommy. And I'm like, she an old head. She ain't gonna tell y'all shit, okay? She come from the days where y'all didn't have the surveillance to catch the motherfuckers. So she definitely ain't gonna open up her mouth and say nothing. I'm just saying, like, that girl ain't about to tell on her son. I don't know why y'all keep going back over there. They even somehow have a fucking receipt for Tommy paying for the pizzas that they said, you know, that he got, which was his alibi for the night that Lobos was killed. When Medina looks at the cigarette, the receipt, he looking at this nigga Greg like, let's fucking go, bruh. Like, I'm tired of you calling me out my office on bullshit. You ain't never got nothing concrete, but won't keep calling a nigga to go on visits and shit. Okay, now on the way out, Greg goes into her garbage can and finds Angela's card in her garbage can. Now the only way Angela would know or even think to go and talk to Kate is if she knew that Kate was Tommy's alibi. Now why else would you know that Tommy had an alibi? Unless you were talking to Ghost about it, right? So in his head, this all makes sense. Now y'all know she's still fucking him, right? I just wanted to remind y'all that she was still fucking him. Y'all, Keisha is missing. The people at the shop looking for Keisha. Tasha's looking for Keisha. To no avail. We don't know what the fuck happened to Keisha. And y'all, I'm trying to think. Because I'm wondering if that limp is because of what happened with Keisha that we don't know about, or was it because he got his ass beat? Because after he got his ass beat, he didn't seem like he was all that hurt. But I don't know, y'all. I'm confused about where his limp came from. Anyway, so Dre warns Tyreek's little pissy badass, okay, Lord, every time I see him. If there are two people on this show that every time their face comes onto the screen, my fucking blood pressure go up, it's Kanan and Tyreek. So having them motherfuckers in the same scene is working on my nerve like this, okay? Like you got headache and shit, just bing, bing. Like, it works on my fucking nerves, the little boy. Because I feel like you a drug dealer. Your fucking wife is a drug dealer's wife. And you mean to tell me ain't nobody chin checked this little motherfucker yet about his disrespectfulness? Okay? Tasha is doing career day at the school. Okay? All lavish and shit. Trying to show support at the school, you know, be there for her kids while, you know, obviously they're going through emotional shit with the separation. Ghost is living in his fucking office in their house. Shit is going crazy around there. And he takes the time to come and speak at the career day. He expresses to the class how following his dreams has taken him away from his family and how it is very hard, and just saying that his family was everything to him. And, you know, that he does see their value, and they do mean a lot to him. They don't mean more to him than the business, but he had to follow his dreams just like he expects for his kids to follow their dreams and Tasha to follow hers. He just wanted to be free to follow his dream, and everybody wants Ghost to be Ghost, and Ghost wants to be fucking James. And I don't see why everybody around him finds a problem with that. Now, what's so aggravating to me is why Ghost is like pouring his heart out to his kids and to Tasha in this room full of fucking kids and people. This little nigga is on his phone texting Kanan to come pick him up after school. And guess what happens after school? Kanan gets all in his head and convinces him that he used to steal tennis shoes because he couldn't afford to pay for them, and he had to prove that he had street cred. Well, nigga, you don't need street cred because your fucking daddy got money to take care of you, and you ain't out here on the street fending for yourself the way Kanan and your daddy did. See the reason why? Like, this is really starting to aggravate me that nobody is checking the situation. Okay? And it almost makes me feel like I wish Kanan would have just killed Tyreek last episode. That way, Ghost would have known what was going on, and now we can just handle it from here. Yeah, we would have had to deal with it. We would have been distraught. Hell, that might have brought them back together, you know, with the son being dead. And then y'all still got 2 other kids that we hardly ever see, but we know they'll be around. Okay? I'm just saying. Like, I almost feel like I wanted Kanan to kill a little motherfucker because it enrages me how you could take a nigga's side who you don't even know against your own daddy. I don't understand it. I was a teenager and my daddy pissed me off all the time, but I'm not about to help nobody hurt my fucking daddy. Are you out of your mind? Like, that's just retarded to me. I don't understand that way of thinking. I really don't. Ruiz tells Tomas, okay, that he needs to meet with Milan before he gives him all of the money on this pill shit because he don't believe in it. He believes in selling old school drugs to his community. He don't want to sell new drugs to you white bitches in Beverly Hills and you know, well, not Beverly Hills because they're in New York. So, in, you know, in Manhattan and shit, they don't want to do that. And I'm like, let me tell you something, Ruiz, you stupid motherfucker. Okay, because you work on my nerves sometimes. And I don't like this. It's like, yeah, let me keep all the death and destruction in my neighborhood. Let's not spread it to the suburbs or to the, you know, upper west side and shit where all the rich people live. You out your fucking mind, Ruiz. Drugs is drugs. You fucking up the community either way, and you making money either way. So I agree with Pancho. And I think Pancho is going to be happy to find your ass dead eventually. Okay, we're going to get there. But I think Pancho is going to be happy because Pancho was happy to be bossed, and you just basically sunned him and set him down at the kiddie table when you came back in the game. Okay? So, yeah. Free Pancho. So Angela and Ghost meet. And Ghost tells Angela that they have nothing to worry about, you know, even though she knows that they're investigating whoever outside the FBI did a search on Lobos' whereabouts. And Lobos was presumed to be dead from when he got stabbed in prison that first time. Everybody still thought that Lobos was dead, except for his close-knit people, the FBI, and then, of course, Ghost and Tommy and them. Now, the lawyer, Proctor, we know about Proctor. That was Tommy's lawyer when he got arrested last season. He was the one that got the information on where Lobos was so that Tommy and Ghost can go and kill them. But he has attorney-client privilege, so he doesn't have to legally, well, really legally, he can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? So it was smart of Ghost, but at the same time, like Angela says, juries don't need facts. They just need a story, okay? And what they know is, I'm sleeping with you, coming home to you every night, and nobody but my team knows that Lobos is alive. I'm sleeping with you. You find out that Lobos is alive. You tell Tommy, and then y'all kill Lobos. Boom, bow, here we are, okay? She's like, people are going to figure that out either way. And then he tells her about Greg going to Kate's house and really digging in, but she had it all together. So now she's thinking back to Oh, so this nigga must still be investigating, even though he's acting like everything is cool. And gonna tell her that she can't wait till she don't have to see him again. I'm like, bitch, won't you stop? Won't you stop acting like you should be the mad one? That's what pissed me off. Bitch, you was fucking a married man. And if that didn't work out, oh fucking well. Okay, the only person that got nerve to be as mad as you are is the wife. And that's Tasha. Okay, and we gonna get to her in a minute, y'all, because I'm gonna get up in that ass soon. Anyway, y'all. So once Ghost tells her about the Greg situation, she runs to Greg's house, and he tells her, yeah, I went to talk to Kate, and she showed me the receipt for the pizza, and I know he's involved, but I can't prove it. So, for right now, I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm just going to focus on trying to clear, our names. You and I are trying to focus on clearing our names. And I'm like, he is really selling it to her, and she's believing it, which is ridiculous because they fucking, and he goes searching through her phone and through her purse and finds Hugo's phone and then takes a picture of the serial number so he can take it back to work to Medina and get the serial, well, no, he calls somebody to get the serial number traced so he can find out the number. Then he got Medina to find out the trace on the number. So he finds out that the number was to Hugo, gets an address on Hugo, and goes sits outside Hugo's apartment, right? Guess who's coming out of Hugo's apartment? Fucking Sandoval. And I was like, yes, I finally did something to incriminate himself, okay? I know he was only in it to save his daughter, which is why he went into Hugo's apartment. He found out Hugo was dead and went into his apartment so that he could look through his shit and find out if there was anything that linked him to Hugo in that apartment, and he got rid of it. There was a picture of Sandoval and his daughter in Hugo's apartment. He took that and he left, and Greg saw him leaving on the way out. So, he was like, what the fuck is he doing here? And I'm like, because he is the fucking leak, nigga. He's the leak. Okay, even though, Angela is guilty, but she not guilty of leaking any information. She's just guilty of fucking the wrong dude. So, Cantos is working with Andy and Alba. Y'all know that's the two white boys that own that club across the street. And he comes to Ghost for Stein, Stein, old white boy that he got his clubs back from, trying to get the guest list that Stein had, which had all these celebrities, all these, rich people on it, all these important people. It was a good list of people to invite to a party. And Cantos wanted it to invite to the big party that he's having to, concrete that stamp on the deal with Karen. So Ghost is like, okay, I got you. I'll get that to you. So when he decides to bring it over there, the police bust through the fucking door and say that they have a search warrant because somebody told them that they are selling and housing drugs at that club. And they search into the ceiling. Somebody must have told them right where it was. And I believe this was Julio's doing, okay? Was it Julio? Yeah, I think it was Julio. Julio was at the club talking about how the kids was eating up them drugs like candy, and he must have planted the drugs in the club, and somebody leaked the information. So, or obviously James or somebody he knows leaked that information, and now the whole deal with Karen is dead, and they going to jail, and their club is closed down. So now he invites Karen to this black tie event that he's gonna have. And I'm like, you slick motherfucker. He's a slick one, him. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Mad respect the Ghost and his smarts. So he goes to, where'd he go, y'all? He goes home. He goes home to Tasha. Now let's get into this, okay? Y'all, I was kind of happy for this a little bit, okay? Because they both sit down, Tasha looking all sexy, got them titties sitting up all nice in the robe, drinking her wine because she couldn't sleep, nerves bad, whatever. And they're sitting there talking. Now, hold up. At the same time, Ruiz is going with Tommy to that meeting with Milan with a fucking wire button on him. So this is nerve-wracking right here. And he also has to keep Tommy and Ghost's name out of it so that, they're not on the listening device so they can't use any of that evidence against them. Okay? So he goes in there and everything, he goes in there and has to get all checked and shit at the door. And then he comes in, and then Milan is, got the other dude to check him again. And Tommy was like, come on, man, that's not cool. Because Pancho was like, fuck that. You checked us at the door. You ain't touching him again, and just stood there. And Tommy was like, yeah, man, come on now. It's Ruiz. Y'all got to show him some respect. So he was like, Milan was like, oh, all right, yeah, then. You do it. So he checks him and shit and goes all up, and that's a fucking button. Ain't nobody gonna find the fucking button, okay? Because you already got buttons on your shit. You know what I'm saying? So he finds something in his pocket, and he looking at him, and everybody looking all scared. It was some fucking cigars. The meeting went well. So that's going on over here. Meanwhile, Tasha and Ghost are having, you know, this wonderful moment in which they, you know, which they show appreciation for one another. You know, he tells her he really meant what he said at the school, and she says that she is proud of him and that she was wrong. He did it, you know, he went legit and she was wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm like, bitch, that's all that man wanted. But then you turn around and do what you're about to do. Now, you can see they was having a moment, right? So they, you know, kind of leaning in close. And, you know, she's like, you know what? Baby got a dentist appointment in the morning. I got to go to bed. So she gets up and walks off, and he grabs her and kisses her. And she stops him, and she looks at him and then takes that deep breath and just like, oh, fuck it. And she, you know, showing dead. She ain't had no dick in a while. So she kisses him and lets him, you know, let him fuck her. You know what I'm saying? When they having sex, she just like, ooh, like looking at him like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Like, Lord have mercy, y'all. It was the hardest fucking I'd ever seen. The shaking and convulsions and shit that happened. It was hot, though. Lord, it was hot. Okay? It was some hot shit. I had to give it to him. Good Lord. All right? So, they laying in the bed. He looking happy, but Tasha seems like she might have a few regrets, you know? And he looks to the phone, and it was Julio, and he was waiting for it to be Ruiz to call him and tell him the meeting went well. And, you know, while they're laying there, he tells her that he has a plan to get from under Milan, and Ruiz is going to help him. And she gets scared, and she tells him that maybe he should go back to his office. And he's like, what you talking about? We just, you know, just like, okay, so when the kids wake up in the morning, are you ready to explain to them that we're back together? Yeah, maybe I should go to the office. Get your fucking ass out and go in the office, nigga. Okay, you know, it's good night, whatever. She go in the bathroom and get on the fucking phone and call Tommy ass and tell him that Ghost is planning something to get out from under Milan, and Ruiz is doing it, and it's going on right now. And I'm just sitting up there like, bitch, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? He has always protected y'all. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, you've been in the drug business for a long time. So for her to just now start to get this scary feeling when it comes to her kids, bitch, you is a drug pin's wife. You always gotta look behind you, bitch. You always gotta watch your back and your kids' back. Putting them in private school don't protect them from the fact that they got niggas out here that know what his daddy doing, will be about that life to kill the kids if it comes down to their drugs or their money. And you sitting on here, you know, sitting on this fucking show working on my nerves, having me all emotional for you, happy that you finally got some dick from the old boy, and you want to turn around and call Tommy psychotic ass. Okay? And now, guess what he do? He's supposed to drive Ruiz home, and you know what he do? Talk all of that shit, put Ghost name, put Tommy name, all on the fucking bug, and then kills Ruiz. And thinks that he should be the boss because he's so fucking smart, right? No, you're not smart. What the fuck did you think they were planning? Why would you call Ghost first and find out or even ask Ruiz, bruh, what the fuck is going on? Before you did that. Because when he took the knife out to stab Ruiz, because he tried to trick Ruiz, you know, Ruiz, and was like, oh, you know, can you reach me my flashlight? Because the car stalled. He was like, you know, under the hood. Reach me. So when he come around with the, you know, the light or whatever, ching, 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 ching. And before he could get it, Ruiz ain't no punk. He tried to stop it. He was like, you gonna regret this time. And he was like, no, I'm not. Because it's not me doing it to you, it's Ghost. And he's like, nah, motherfucker. Not you not gonna regret it like, oh, your heart gonna hurt. No, nigga, you gonna regret it because when they find my body and they find my clothes, somebody's gonna figure out. Or even when they find out I'm dead, Greg's gonna try to get the damn bug off me somehow. And he will probably do it because he's an FBI. He's gonna get the bug and he's gonna get all the information and gonna find out not only that you were involved in the drugs, but that you killed him. You stupid motherfucker, Tommy. Okay? This is why you can't be the boss, because you don't think on all the different levels that Ghost thinks on. Okay? So after this happened, Tommy takes his ass back to Ghost's house, to Ghost's office, and tells him, right after I fucking talked to you, you lied to my face. You don't care about me. You don't care if I live. You know what I'm saying? And tells him, I'm not giving you no more fucking time. And Ghost was like, straight up, bro, look, I'm trying to get out. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I didn't think you was going to listen to me. So, yeah, I lied to you and did what I had to do. But just give me time to find another way. And Tommy was like, no, fuck that. Killed Ruiz. But he was like, where you leave the body? He was like, what you fucking worry about the body for? See, that's how stupid you are, nigga. What was the plan? Why you ain't asked what the plan was? Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. So, of course, as soon as Tommy leaves to go talk to Milan, because he tells Ghost that they gonna kill Milan, but they gonna do it his way and he gonna come up with the plan. But then he go to Milan and say, you know what, I am one of y'all. We gotta kill Ghost. Okay. Alright. If y'all gonna really do that. You're right, because that's a smart thing to do. Meanwhile, Ghost is getting his jacket, and I bet any money go and find Ruiz's body so he can find the button that the damn the mic was in. Bet you any money that's what he going to do. Because guess what? He's a smart one. Stupid, stupid, stupid. So yeah, y'all. That was everything that happened on Power. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I hope it wasn't all over the place, because I made the notes and everything, but I wanted to go off my head once I started to go, because I just watched it again. I watched it already and I watched it again just so I can make sure that I, understood certain things about what was going on, as far as like, everybody was tracing phone numbers and addresses and serial numbers, and the shit was confusing after a while, figuring out how this information, got here and all of that type of shit. So I had to watch it a few times to make sure I had it, but I hope I gave it to you in a way you can understand. I love you. Thank you for watching. Come back next time. Peace out.